pandemic has forced millions of Americans out of a job, and that harsh reality has made it even more difficult for recent graduates looking for work. Certified financial planner and president of Shakiba Capital, Trevor Shakiba, is here now to help us navigate a job search. Trevor, it's always great to see you, and I know we got some updated unemployment numbers today. They actually looked better than a lot of people were imagining they would look. But let's talk about just the bleak numbers. We have about 4 million graduates that are now heading into this job market, and we've seen unemployment numbers that we haven't really seen since the Great Depression. So where do we begin?
Well, you know, the first place I want to start is what you just referenced, which was the unemployment report. I mean, look, that was stunning to actually add 2.5 million jobs in May. So I just want to start with that because I think that that's some really good optimistic news before we jump into, you know, this segment. But look, the first part here is just to have some perspective. There's been many other times historically when graduates have gone into the workforce during or right after a recession, 2001 and 02, 08, 09 most recently. So just know, like, that's okay. It might be a little bit difficult. This might be the deepest but shortest recession also. So I just want to make that point. And actually, if you think differently here, this might be quite the opportunity because hopefully we've already bottomed and we might be headed back up when it comes to the economy now.
Maybe on that upswing. And I know we can say, like, this too shall pass, Trevor. We've seen similar situations happen before. That's tough news, though, for a recent grad to take. If they're leaving school and they've got debt and they're looking for a job, what if they're what if they're really set on what their college major was? You know, like, I studied graphic design and I must have a job in graphic design. Is now the time to really stay the course and stay on that planned career path?
Well, I don't think so. This is actually one of the biggest mistakes I see graduates make is they're really picky. And you know, they want to have a certain job making a certain amount, and that's really just not how it works. So I would just recommend get into the workforce, get some experience. This isn't going to be the job you do for the rest of your life, and you're certainly not going to make 6 figures right out of the gate. So just have some ability to, you know, humble yourself, get into the workforce, get some experience, and I think things will work themselves out as the economy comes back.
Even if it is sort of a left turn from the job you had hoped to have?
Yeah, I really believe that because when you're an employer, right, which I am, I want to see people that are willing to be part of a team. And maybe you're not doing exactly what you want to do. That's very, very important to have folks that not only are working hard and diligent, but also that are willing to, hey, I'm here for the team and we're going to move this ball forward for whatever company that may be.
You know, interesting point, too. I mean, I guess better on a resume to see that work history doing not exactly what you want to do than to see a gap in employment. All right, let's talk about just the nuts and bolts of paying the bills and living life. Is now the time, if you're a recent grad looking for work, is now the time to just sort of move back in with mom and dad or maybe get a roommate and scrape by for a while?
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, I put this in kind of as a joke, but look, bottom line is that if that's available, that might be a good option based on the current economy and where we're at. But here's my main point. Don't just move back in with mom and dad and don't do anything, right? Stay up all night, play video games or whatever. Be productive. So this could be a great way to figure out finances, save a ton of money, improve yourself. So that, you know, no one wants to move back in with mom and dad, but that might be a good option short term.
You just mentioned managing finances. Let's dig into that a little more deeply. I mean, let's say, as we mentioned, some people leave school, a lot of students leave school with student debt. Would now be a time to refinance and focus on saving and sort of, you know, get all of your financial ducks in a row, even if you're not yet working?
Yes, 100%. Look, rates are historically low. And I think this is the best, one of the best times to really take a good look at those fundamental factors that build wealth. So if you don't know anything about money, take some time and look into it. Certainly look at refinancing your student loans. What about this one? Did you get a refund from your college because you weren't there starting at spring break on? A lot of students did. That would be an excellent start to an emergency fund or eliminating some student loan debt or credit cards. So, and maybe the most important thing here, Derek, is start on a budget. I don't care how small it is. Remember, tracking is critical. This is the time to work those things out before, you get into the workforce and really start making some real money.
Yeah, make some good habits before the bad habits set in. And you've always told us, Trevor, from the very beginning, you got to know how much money is going out every month. All right, we're tight on time, but let's talk about something that you mentioned. If now is the time that you're maybe getting a roommate or moving back in with your parents, don't just sit around and play video games. Use this time productively, improve yourself, update your resume. What are some other easy things that we can be doing?
Well, I think expand your knowledge, maybe get some new certifications in whatever field you're at. Certainly look at your social media platforms, make sure that that's where it needs to be. And most importantly, just keep looking for a job, get in the workforce, get some experience. That's what I'm recommending to all graduates. I promise you things will work themselves out. But a lot of times you just got to get started.
Get started, get into the workforce. Not every job is your dream job. Trevor Shakiba, it's great to see you. Thanks for your sound advice, as always. And to our viewers, if you would like to connect with Trevor, you can find him online at shakibacapital.com. Thanks again, Trevor.